Wine was up. Devin the Dream Haney is going to go down as the greatest boxer of the generation. And I want to talk about it in this video. These boxing bozos in the community fails to realize that Devin Haney is the only undisputed full belt lightweight champion in the history of this sport. We're going on how many years now? It's going on 200 years. And Haney is the only full belt undisputed. And then on top of that, he's also the reign champion. So that can end this video right now with all things put into proper perspective when we're talking about Devin the Dream Haney. It's because it's a lot of trash out there in the boxing industry right now. And it's our responsibility as the vanguards of this sport, the Mavericks, the real from the hip shooters. And if that's not enough, not only is he the only full belt undisputed champion in boxing history, right? But Parnell Whitaker's the only one that comes close, and Parnell Whitaker wasn't even recognized by the WBO back in the day. So, without a doubt, with Devin Haney's undisputed title defense coming up against Vasiliy Lomachenko sometime in May of next year, I'm of course picking Devin Haney to pick that fight. Now, what Devin Haney has to keep in mind and what he has to continue to focus on is, number one, is that he has to go in that ring and dismantle Lomachenko. He has to put a statement all over Lomachenko's face. The same way that Manny Pacquiao did to Miguel Cotto, it's the same thing Devin Haney has to do with Vasiliy Lomachenko. Now, why am I saying that? It's because if y'all remember, Haney got in hot water for his comments that he made about y'all beloved Vasiliy Lomachenko a couple years back. I forgot when exactly it was, but when he said that he's never going to allow a white boy to defeat him. Y'all remember that? And people was, it went viral. They were saying that, oh, Haney's a racist. Paulie Malignaggi came out and said a whole bunch of trash about Devin Haney. That put Malignaggi in hot water, right? Because he couldn't shut up his mouth. He's going to have to go in that ring with it on his mind to retire Vasiliy Lomachenko. You know what I mean? He needs to leave nothing into the hands of the judges. And I believe that Devin Haney is a great champion. I believe that he honors the sport well. I love the relationship that he and his father has, and what they bring to the sport. And Bill Haney's the controversial one, and Devin Haney's the spiritual one. And that's as far as spirituality is concerned. I'm gonna say this, bro, because it's very important to put this thing into context, right? You got to look at Devin Haney as that that God favors Haney, right? When you look at the big picture, right? When Vasiliy Lomachenko and George Kambosos was about to fight, right? Then the war in Ukraine happened, and Vasiliy Lomachenko went to go defend his country, right? It was all set up. It was destined for Devin Haney to become undisputed then, and he's the real undisputed champion. So it's no disputing, it's no debating, right? And not only that, but everything that he's overcome injury, he's overcome adversity in the ring. He's done everything the right way. There's no smut on his name. There's no controversy swirling around him. He don't get in trouble with the law. He don't have no failed PED tests or anything of that nature, right? He just goes out and he gives his absolute best in the ring, and he leaves it all on the wood for the sport, man. You gotta respect somebody like that. So at the end of the day, it's just destined for Haney at his age to be one of the greatest of all times. In fact, if Devin Haney was to retire from the sport after his fight with Lomachenko, I believe in my heart that Devin Haney is a Hall of Famer. Why? It's because he's the only lightweight champion in boxing history that's got all full belts, including the ring, right? So that's just extremely admirable, right? But by him being as young as he is and seeing how wide open the 140 division is, bro, Devin Haney is only going to get better and better and better and better. And as Spence moves up, as Josh Taylor retires, it's going to be wide open for him at 140 and at 147. hopefully we get the fight between he and Gervonta Tank Davis, or somebody meaningful at 140 and 147, and I can guarantee you that Haney's probably going to become one of the first, actually the first undisputed boxer in history that claims all 4 titles in multiple weight classes. Now, you bozos never put these things in the proper context, right? This man owns his own promotional banner, his own promotional company. He puts on his own fights. He has a whole, how many more? He could probably make it to 45 or 50 years old in the ring and still win championship titles. We just seeing the start of Devin Haney, and he's already undisputed champion. Not only that, right? But he's also a multimillionaire. He's worth way more right now than Gervonta Tank Davis. He makes way more money than Gervonta Tank Davis, and he's going to be worth way more, way more than Gervonta Davis is on this career path and this trajectory, right? Because I don't see Devin Haney losing. I don't see him losing. I can easily see Gervonta Tank Davis taking a loss at some point in time. I don't see Devin Haney losing. And then he's a real champion, bro. This guy is going after real titles, bro. So you gotta look at the big picture, bro. God favored this dude, bro. He favored this dude, and he's disciplined with his fellowship with God. You know what I mean? And I'm not a Muslim. You know, I believe that the Muslim brothers, they look at God as Allah. You know, I'm I look at God as God. You know, my God is my God. But you know what I mean? It's just all the same thing. The Supreme Creator has special favor. And I believe that Devin Haney is one of the ones that he has special favor for, is because, you know, you could just see that the fruits that he's producing now early on in his life. What do you think is going to, you understand? This guy's going to be producing fruits for the sport of boxing for the remainder of his life, bro. And his kids is going to come into the industry. His grandkids are going to come into the industry. You know what I'm saying? Their granddaddy, their daddy, their great granddaddy was the first undisputed champion in boxing history in the full belt era. Do y'all not understand what's coming down the pipeline? And what does Gervonta Tank Davis going to be at in this whole situation? I pray and I hope that he has an undisputed reputation when it's all said and done. Yeah, I pray and I hope that he refines his legacy and does it the right way. But to me, it's all Devin the Dream Haney. To me, Devin the Dream Haney is the face of boxing. With all things considered, looking at the tradition of the sport, it's Haney. He the face of boxing. Point blank, period. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the box below. Peace.